Hello everyone! You've probably heard of songs by the virtual group KDA from League of Legends, and so, today we will be making a KDA style music. I also want to let you know that I will be giving away some of the sounds that I used creating this track. All of these sounds were crafted in the plugin called Vital, and you can download them from the link in description for absolutely free, so stick around until the end to get the sound presets. Right then, to start things off, we need to set a tempo for the track. KDA songs have various tempos, but for today we will be focusing on the faster tempo tracks, so for this example, let's set the project to 160 BPM. A few of KDA songs use vocal chops on their intros, but for this example I'm just going to use some synths. Start off by using this brass sounding synth, add some pitch bend to make the sound slide up. Then add a synth taken from the chorus but filter it out to add some rhythmic element. Add some claps for the build-up. And then some random dubstep type synths. Then add some ambience. Last but not least, we can use a lead synth to make a melody. I used a lot of semitones on the melody for the Middle Eastern vibe. What would KDA tracks be like without some rich and spicy bass? So, I made a juicy synth bass in Vital that sounds like this. Make sure that you filter it to make way for other elements. To add more spice, I used the same sound but filtered it differently to make this. Now for the drums, let's add a kick, and a few snares to make the bass of the beat. One thing that I noticed in KDA songs is that they like to layer sounds that have notes on top of their snare. In this case I made two plucky synth sounds, and layered them with my snares. Another thing that I noticed in Akali's rap during Pop Stars, was that there was a tambourine layered under the snare too. So let's add it in too, because why not? Transitioning into the second part of the verse, add some juicy dubstep synths and little cowbells. For the second part of the verse, add some squeaky synths to introduce development. I also made a weird percussive synth which I format shifted down to layer the squeaky synths. And to develop the drums, add a few hi-hats to make the beat flow. Now for the pre-chorus, we want to be taking out elements that are making the track busy while also adding long and lush chords, so that we get the hype to settle down. First, let's add some chords with a synth pad. After that, add another synth to layer on top of the sound. Add a very soft piano sound under the synths to secretly keep the momentum going. To add on the build-up, add some claps that slowly speed up and get filtered. Before everything drops, we need to add a spicy dubstep synth. Layer that with the synth bass. Together they sound like this. Before we actually get into the chorus, we need to take a look at the sound of KDA. What actually creates that KDA sound? If we take a look at their most popular two songs, Pop Stars and More, the chord progression used on the chorus is very unique. It uses some chord that we rarely hear such as the flat 6 and flat 7. We can apply some of those chords in the synths to create that KDA feel. A lot of things typically happens in the chorus, so let's build things one by one. First let's add a chord sequence with some synths, add some pitch bending on certain chords to make it more interesting.
Next,
Let's add the second type of synth playing long chords and then layer another synth. This is because both of them layered together makes it sound fuller. The snares of KDA's tracks always hit hard. So then, layer some juicy hard-hitting snares. Kick, make a reverse snare to make every second snare hit harder. Add in some fills, and the drums for chorus is done. Transitioning to verse 2, let's add a weird phone-sounding synth. A few percussions. Some risers, and they would all sounds like this. Let's load a synth sound for the second verse, and process it to sound like this. Copy and paste the weird percussive synth from first verse. For the bass, we can find a new sound, but in this case, I will just filter the bass from the first verse, making the sound different and using it again. For the drums, we can find a new set of trap drums, but in this case, we reuse the sounds from first verse, because I'm lazy lol. Although we are using the same drum sounds, we can make a new drum pattern to change it up. Add some fills. And the second verse is done. For the second pre-chorus, copy the same instruments from the previous ones but make it 2 times shorter so it wouldn't drag the hype. Keep the chorus mostly similar. We can make slight changes to the voicing or bass line. We are going to bring down the hype in this section, use some pads to create the ambience. Add some cat sounding synth. Add some snaps. Slowly build up again with some snares and risers. Remember to automate a high-pass filter to prepare our ears for the drop. And lastly, copy and paste the last chorus, and some risers and impacts throughout the track. Remember to sidechain the risers and impacts to make the sound pumping, and we are done! Before we listen to the whole track, I would like to give away some of the sounds I designed in Vital which was used in this track. Download Vital plugin for free, link in description. For the sound presets visit my Instagram bio and you can download the sound packs from there. Thank you so much for watching, subscribe, share and comment down below if you have any questions. Without further ado, let's listen to the whole track.